Welcome to Faith on Tap, a podcast where we go out to the wilds of local breweries and talk to you about, thoughts and various topics that are important to all of us. So we're here once again this week at where, Dennis? Let's see if we can get this right.
Coles Road Brewing.
And you know what town?
Berlin,
Hey,
Connecticut.
all right.
Whoop, whoop.
You got the Connecticut part right, too. All right. Well, let's talk about what we're drinking. Liz and I are having the same beverage. She likes imitating me. She is very submissive to me, understandably so. Tell me
You do
what...
realize she can edit all that out. And
I
probably
know.
will.
This will never be seen or heard. What are we drinking, Liz?
We're having a really nice stout. It's called Formless Reflections with notes of vanilla and coffee.
I'm not tasting much of the vanilla, but I'm tasting the coffee.
That's a very inviting chemistry of flavor.
No, it is very good. It's not sweet. It's not way over the top in alcohol. It's a very good beer. And Dennis, I'm afraid to ask what you're drinking, but let's go.
Well, because of my reputation to go for the most girly beer, I decided this evening on the menu, the Ladybug IPA was calling my name. And therefore, my finger has to be extended, the pinky finger extended way out in order to sip off this glass of beer.
This is nothing to really be proud of, Dennis, but you really did order this beer just because of the name, nothing else.
Well, it's an IPA.
But there's 74 IPAs here, like every other brewery.
Ladybug.
Okay.
They have 3 stouts, which is unheard of in our experience.
Oh, I admire that.
Them sounded
Sick.
that like
Marshmallow and peanut butter. No, thank you.
my guess.
So tonight's question is going to be very simple. What do you want? Which all we're saying, they're going to go in many different directions, I'm assuming. Dennis, what are your thoughts?
I think the first question they're going to ask is, well, what do you mean?
And then we're going to say,
and we are going to say, what do you want? You define what you want. I doubt I'm going to hear world peace. I don't know. I think this one can bounce either way. I want another beer I want world peace and everything in between. I don't know about this one. Looking around this crowd.
yeah, my thoughts are I hope I'm wrong, but we might not get a lot of depth in the answers. I hope I'm wrong. I think they'll just be kind of jovial and flippant comments, but I hope I'm wrong. What do you think, Liz?
I was thinking about this earlier, and my guess is people are going to probably be more sincere than you guys are anticipating, that they will actually say something. They will. What do I want? I want my family to get along. I want healthy children. I want a long life. I think they'll say the basics.
All right.
They'll be sincere.
Well, let's see what they have to say. What do you want?
Elaborate.
No. You can take it any way you want. What do you want?
What do I? I got a lot of what I wanted. Last week on November 5th, I think the country's moving in the right direction.
Amen. I'll drink to that.
All right, let's drink to that. All right. Let me tell you something. Never saw that coming. And
I saw it. I mean,
I'm
I didn't.
happy
The
I did.
landslide, that surprised me.
yeah, but the other side cheats.
Yeah, of course. Look what they did in Wisconsin. Look what they did in Arizona.
I didn't want to go to bed that night because 4 years ago I went to bed.
I know what you're saying.
We were up in every key swing state.
And then they closed the polls down.
And they
The counting down.
Unprecedented.
Look at each other. It's like
Unprecedented, right?
Yep.
Never happened.
I was up at 4:00 and I saw Wisconsin and the Trump was up by 50,000. And I was doing some of it. It came back 5 minutes later and he was down over like 90,000. I go, that's impossible.
All those people go.
It was, that's the question. Yeah.
But you asked what I want.
Yeah. What do you want?
I want everybody in due time, with people that are really upset by the results of this election, to realize that we're not going to be bad. We're not going to be bad off.
Nice.
We're all going to get along once again.
Exactly.
That's what I want.
Thank you. That's a great answer.
And I'll add one part.
Yeah. What do
They
you
want
what
them
do you
to
want?
realize that they've been lied to for a long time and that they need to open up their eyes and think for themselves and see where things have been heading and see where things could be heading at this point.
So what's your guess, say 4 years from now? What would you like to see, say 4 years from now?
I want to see a deconstruction of the propaganda machine that exists in our media.
Just the media itself. Yeah.
The media itself. And I want there to be a more free and free flowing process and sharing of information, because it's so like you can see it right in front of you, propaganda and what it does to like the American society. I want people to come together too and be Americans and not be so divided. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I don't want to be vilified, or I don't want to vilify anybody for their political views. It used to be an election. If you're a Democrat, you're
politics wasn't even a thing in the past.
Yeah,
it was chocolate.
I'm a little older than you, but we used to say, elections or whatever. You vote some guy and like, who cares? But now
it was chocolate and vanilla ice cream. You like chocolate, I like vanilla. We can still be friends.
Yeah, but now you're not a good person with a bad idea. You're just a bad person now, and that's what we've turned into. It looks like.
That's it.
And I like that. It's very profound. Thank you.
Let's bring it back together, America. Like our ancestors came here for freedom. Let's preserve it, and let's show our kids what it really means to have freedom. I mean, look at communism. My parents came over from communist Poland at the time,
Likewise.
and they really came here because they didn't want that for their kids, right? And their kids' kids. And I think that's something that everybody needs to just prop up and say, this is powerful. This is America.
Thank you. You want to tell me what you want?
No.
You want Alabama to win.
I think he wants a beer. Yeah. It was nice talking to you. Thank you so much, Mark. Nice talking to you. Yep.
Okay, our next question. What do you want?
What do I want? Just happiness and peace.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because I'm not a materialistic person.
Awesome.
So I'm not looking for fancy cars or expensive this and that. Just happiness and peace, and enjoy every day of your life.
So what would that look like?
Oh, probably sitting on the beach with a book.
Oh,
7 days a week.
very nice.
And a cocktail.
So, not a stout on the beach?
Oh, yeah. Could be.
I'd be okay with that too. No, that's beautiful. Yeah. And the grandchildren with a shovel and a bucket of sand.
There's always something to say. They always have something to say that takes you off guard, because they're so different than we were when we were kids.
Isn't that true?
And the words, I think it's just, they're so smart.
Yeah. So she's in what, 4th grade?
Yeah, 4th grade. And they're so smart. They correct you when you say something wrong.
What is she an expert on? I love this part.
She's also a book reader, and she's a softball player.
Oh, great.
And she's a dancer. So her schedule is full, which means my schedule is full.
You'll love every minute of it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really great.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been a real joy talking. You're Karen, right?
Yep.
I'm really glad to meet you.
Thank you.
For
It's so nice to meet you, too.
Thank you so much.
Because Christmas is around the corner. What do you want?
Turkey? What do you mean? What do I want for what?
You tell me. It's up to you. What do you want in the big scheme, in the small scheme? What do you want?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not mentally prepared for all this. You go.
What was the question?
The question was, what do you want? As
I
simple
want-
as that.
I don't know, happiness and money.
Happiness and money.
Yeah.
So comfortable.
So does happiness and money, do they correspond with each other? Like, you're not happy unless you get money.
When I get money, I'll be more happy.
How come?
Who doesn't want money?
Well, I'm not, but more money would make you happy.
Yeah.
Why? You're not happy right now?
I can do more things.
Like
you
what?
know, more beer. Instead of having
Beer?
3, I'll have 4.
Can I ask what kind of beer you're drinking right there?
The sky was yellow.
I thought it was the ladybug. I thought I'm the only
Ladybug
guy
is
here.
my first one, but I'm trying a new
Shut
one.
up.
I know. I'm serious.
Up top.
Up top.
Ladybug. Come on, man. You thought your answer was good. So money and happiness.
Money and happiness.
And
And,
they-
hella
and
food on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Those are good. Okay. What do you want?
I don't know.
You don't know anything in the world, anything your imagination can think of. What would you want?
Dragons to be real.
Ooh,
Dragons to be real.
dragons to be real. Why?
Because I just think they're really cool.
Would you have like a friend dragon?
Yeah.
Would he blow smoke or fire?
Fire.
Fire and fly.
Yeah.
Would he have a saddle so you can ride him?
Yeah.
He would. What color would he be?
Maybe like light blue, teal, and orange.
Teal. What color is teal?
It's like kind of a greenish blue.
Oh my goodness. Are you going to be an interior designer or something? Or an artist? An artist. Okay, that was a great answer.
And to my right, we have Liz.
Hello.
And to my left, we have Dennis, also known as the Sage of the Scriptures.
Oh, how I would love to completely just wrap myself in that sage of the scriptures.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I like that. I don't know if I've lived up to it yet.
That's fair. It could be a prophecy.
Yes,
How's that?
there you go. It's a prophetic name.
We just got through asking people what they want. First of all, Dennis, are there any surprises?
There was one. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised. The young lady that I spoke to, who she wanted a dragon, a teal dragon that blew fire and had a saddle so she can fly on it.
That surprised you, though.
Yeah, it did.
She didn't say world peace or anything like that.
Oh, God, no. I would have walked away from her if she did.
Any surprises, Liz?
No, I did not hear any surprises when I talked couple I was with. Just very nice sentiments of wanting just family and peace and, just not looking for monetary or that kind of comfort, but looking for, family and peace and that kind of good stuff.
The group I was with, a number of gentlemen were there, and they were there actually honoring a friend of theirs that recently passed, as one would expect when a bunch of middle-aged guys get to talking, politics come into it. This is shortly after the election when we went there. They weren't gloating. They just really were hoping this would bring the country together. Hopefully there would be unity, and hopefully the media would play nice. So those are good wants, and no problem with that. You guys?
When I listened to them, they were happy with the results, obviously, but they were also discouraged by the division that's in our country and wanted that unity.
You have to be living under a rock if you don't think there's a major division right now in our country. It's a mess. So hopefully the next 4 years will bring a lot of mending, because we do need that. This is going to be a little different. So what I did, I wasn't going to ask you what basically people want, because
that's very relative.
But we're going to do this a tournament. I'm going to give you the top 10 things that people generally want, and they're generic. But what I'm going to ask you both to do is we're going to do a round robin. So I have 10 of these cut up, and we're going to take the winner from each one of these, and they'll go in competition. So I'm going to shuffle these up because they're going to be difficult. I took this a couple times, and I had different answers each time. These are going to be very difficult. So if you were given a choice of what you want, one being purpose and meaning, and the other one being health and well-being. Like I said, this is difficult. What do you think should go into the next round between purpose and meaning or health and well-being?
I'm going to go with purpose and meaning.
It's a shave close, but I would say the same.
I'm glad we agree. And it is
That's
close.
hard.
It's easy to say when you're feeling well.
Especially after the fortune cookie I got that said that something along the lines that you'll feel better in April.
Yeah, it's like
God speaks through the cookie.
Well, that's great news, except she's feeling fine now, which means that something major is going to happen before that.
I've been keeping my eye on the calendar.
This is going to be easy, I think. Would you rather want fun and enjoyment or freedom?
Freedom.
Yeah, I figured that was an easy one. But that means they're going to go to the next round. Freedom makes it. Oh, no, this will be a pretty easy one, I think, too. We have people want love and connection versus success and achievement.
Love and connection.
Pastor Dennis, who talks about the love of Jesus.
I'm going to have to say love and connection, but that for me is, I get love and connection, but what was the other one?
Success.
Success and achievement?
Yeah.
Well, you can be success in loving.
Yeah, well, that's not, yeah, come on. Please.
Oh, that squishiness. Come on, man.
All right. Okay, we have security versus peace.
Security.
It's a hard one. They're almost kind of interwoven in some ways. I'll go with peace.
I'll cast a deciding vote. Inner tranquility versus financial security, freedom from fear of fantasy living.
But you got definitions?
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that.
I didn't hear the
pipe.
definitions.
Fine.
Man, we're like 9 questions.
I figured you'd know these were peace, inner tranquility, and freedom from conflict. Security, financial stability, and freedom from fear of scarcity. Safe living conditions conditions and protection for loved ones.
Yeah, I'm sticking to mine.
Which is what? Security? I'm going with peace.
It's really hard.
I think you said
Are you a
said
liberal?
Said peace first.
what? Security? Come on.
Wow.
Security, financial stability. I have Jesus as my financial security. And
Ooh, touche.
and here we have growth and learning versus happiness and fulfillment.
Growth and learning.
Happiness and fulfillment.
Oh boy. So growth and learning, we have opportunities to develop skills, knowledge, and self-awareness, and happiness and fulfillment, emotional well-being, and joy in daily life.
I already did that other one. I want the joy on daily life now. I'm on that part of my life.
Growth and learning, happiness. All right, I'll go with wifey and go with happiness and fulfillment. Now the next level.
This is a fix.
You're correct.
Doesn't matter. Now this is going to be tough. These are
It's
all
a
the
fix.
winners.
It doesn't matter.
These are all the winners.
All right.
Oh, we start off with a hard one. Love versus freedom. And I'll read this to you.
Use those in a
Yeah,
sentence.
since you don't know what love is being a pastor. Deep relationship with family, friends, and partners.
Well, that's not patient or kind or doesn't boasting or.
Then you should have gave your own definition.
All right,
and-
so please define that one more time.
For those who weren't listening when I was talking.
Well, he's the sage of scripture. So
Right. Yes.
That's a sage of listening. So under love, we have deep relationship with family, friends, and partners, and freedom, the ability to make choices about one's own life without undue restrictions, autonomy to express beliefs, pursue dreams, and live authentically.
Freedom.
love.
These are my 1 and 2.
I'm getting a headache.
And this is so tough. Again, because if you feel loved, you kind of take it for granted. So it's like, well, I don't really need love.
Is there any bro code left in the world right
but
now?
freedom is the most important thing. I'm a small L libertarian, and freedom's everything for me, homesteading. But without the love of Jesus in my heart, I would face eternal damnation.
Does
So
it say the love of Jesus in your heart?
I'm voting on what you said.
I
So
know, but you
I-
changed
you're not
the
talking in the
definition.
mic.
I
You
might
changed the
I
definition.
might have just thrown up in my mouth a little bit. But that's
because
okay.
I mentioned Jesus.
That you just got Sunday school. I don't even know who you are right now.
So again, without Jesus dying on the cross, I would face eternal damnation, which would not give me any fulfillment, any freedom, blah, 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 blah. So
But Jesus wasn't in your definition. So you've
no.
actually
I just wasn't
outside
my
of the
definition.
bound.
You asked a definition, and
You have your
When-
definition written.
not my definition, a
That's
generic
the one
definition.
you gave us, and
That's
then you're
the one you-
going off book.
If
Yeah.
you asked for it, I didn't give you. You said you wanted a definition. I said, well, just use your own mind what
Dennis
these words
did use
are.
that voice.
When I was drinking his ladybug. So
It's a Waterloo.
when I think of love, I think about Jesus. I think about my wife, obviously,
Who's like Jesus?
well, she's number 2. Apparently, your relationship might not be as strong as mine with your wife. I don't know.
It's possible.
So, don't mean to cast aspersions here. And maybe your relationship with Jesus is not what it should be.
It's absolutely not.
So,
will
so
be
I
first
understand
to
why
admit
you
that.
went with freedom, but I'm going with love and connection.
You just don't want to sleep on the couch. That's all.
Not true. So
You like
now
to sleep
that,
on the couch?
now, first of all, I messed all these up. Anyways, we have peace and purpose.
What happens when you cheat?
Peace versus purpose.
Use them in sentence, please.
If you don't know what peace is, again, I read it to you earlier. Inner tranquility and freedom from conflict. For those who didn't know what the word peace meant.
Are
And
these talking
purpose
about
and
war
meaning.
conflicts like Ukraine?
And peace and purpose would be a reason to get up in the morning. I'll just stop there. Peace or purpose?
I'll go with. It's so hard. I don't know.
Well, I'm going with purpose and meaning.
Purpose and meaning. I picked purpose and meaning.
Yeah.
I won one. Woo!
You see, it's not always against you. So we don't extend this too much longer. Let's get to the final championship here. So, would you rather want love or purpose and meaning?
I'm still going with love. Love conquers all.
Oh, Dennis didn't snipe at you for saying something biblical? Dennis,
Come on, Sage. What you got over there?
did that Waterloo get to you? Purpose and meaning and love.
It's going, when did this podcast turn into a Hallmark channel?
Right. You see, without Jesus in my life, I have no purpose and meaning. So if I choose purpose and meaning, that means I'm choosing Jesus. Therefore, the love of Jesus is then rains down on me because I've chosen him as my purpose and meaning. Ergo, I'm going to choose purpose and meaning.
Interesting. So in your idea of purpose, you said that love flows through. So you mentioned love because of purpose.
Love is secondary to purpose and meaning that I receive through Jesus, not through the world's definition of my purpose and meaning.
Again, I'm not a pastor, so
All I'm
Obviously
saying
not.
is the guy on the cross, he had love. He did not have purpose.
And meaning he had
No, he
purpose
had
and
purpose.
meaning. Yes, he did. Oh, he had a
Hey.
purpose.
You don't think Jesus had a purpose?
No, the other guy.
Oh, the other guy. I think
Oh,
there's two
the thief,
guys.
Yeah, the thief on the cross.
He was a bad boy.
Yeah, he had no purpose and meaning.
Right. But at the end, he did.
He died 20 minutes later or whatever.
He didn't love Jesus,
Oh, yeah.
did he?
Well, like before I was rudely interrupted, like I said, I'm not a pastor, so I don't want to disagree with a pastor. However, Jesus gave us one command, but one law, one of all the laws he summed up in love God and love others. That's what Jesus' command was. So I would think he thinks that's the most important thing over purpose and meaning. Although purpose and meaning to me is everything, not above love though. So I'm going with love. Liz goes with love. You go with purpose and meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Love conquers all, including purpose and meaning this time.
Well, when you're outvoted by a married couple, of course it does.
And Jesus, who said
And Jesus
love is number one. Yeah. I guess in conclusion of
Good
this
luck editing
topic,
that mess.
in conclusion of our talk here and from people talking about what they want, do you think we're hearing what people want or what people need? And is there a difference?
What I thought, not to answer that question, let me answer this by,
By
by
answering a
asking you this.
completely different question.
I actually think, yes, I think they are doing that. But so our follow-up question said, like, if this is what you want, what are you doing to get there?
Right. That would be the logical
And
step.
I know I did not do that. I wish I had. Then maybe we would have dragons.
Well, when I was talking to people who wanted unity, I personally couldn't help them. When I talk to people, and when I talk to people, I don't look at their political background as a way of not talking to them or being mad at them. So, I mean, I would seek unity. I would like to have unity no matter what your politics are, whatever your views are. I'd still like to talk to them. So I guess in that way, that's what I'm doing to solve that. Now, I'm not sure what you can do about the flying dragons, but based on, do you think when we ask that question, do you think people are answering it what they want or what they need?
I think it's a combination of the two. People want unity because people need unity because there is less of a stress and a contention in society without it. And so they want it. And yeah, we need that as human beings. We can't always operate in this realm of contention and stress and worried about, what that person thinks. So I think it is a combination of the both, especially with the answers that we got.
Yeah, if there were the question, it's no one answered it, well, that we recorded anyways, $1 million or what
Right.
have you.
Right.
Because is that what you need or what you want? Well, that's pretty obvious what
Right.
they want.
Mm-hmm.
But the answers that we're getting, I think we're basically what they needed.
Mhm.
Those are desires of their heart. So, I mean, as far as that goes, I was pretty pleased with their responses. They were thought provoking, and even though that they didn't focus on scripture or anything, if I was to ask you guys, what would you want? What would you say?
Well, in the context of what is in a spiritual context, in a materialistic context, whatever you want.
What did we ask them? What do you want?
What do
Love.
I want? Yeah, I do. I really work towards unity in the family. I do try to. What do I want? I want connection with my family, and I want connection with my friends, and I want the peace to be able to use the gifts that God gave me and have that time and opportunity.
And I think my want would revolve also around my family. I want my children to be lots more. That's not proper English. I would like my children to become more successful than I have in their lives.
And how would you measure success?
I would measure it both in the, financially, they've made better decisions, and I've taught my children to live under your means. That's a number one financial principle, but also spiritually, that they would be closer to God. I'm grateful that they haven't lived the early life that I've lived, that God has protected them from that. And so I just want them to be more successful and to achieve more than I've been able to. They're on their way. I mean, if not already surpassed me.
Well, that's great to hear. I mean, I probably echoing both of your comments. I want my family to know God in a deeper level, and I do love to have unity. It would be, I know we're not going to have complete unity till we get to heaven, but this country is just so split and so divisive. It's just hard to talk sometimes. It's hard to be yourself when you're out in public sometimes, and that wasn't the case before. Before we could talk about anything and fight tooth and nail in what you believe in politics or sports, whatever, and then you go away friends. It's like we have a disagreement.
I don't remember talking about politics before 2016.
I would, to strangers and stuff.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just-
agree. Didn't care. It wasn't a big issue.
No, it wasn't. I mean, yeah, there's policy. I mean, I am a, conservative. I watched C-SPAN. I watched the congressional, Congress and all. I know what side I fall on for policy reason, not necessarily ethics or morality anyway.
But now everything is cloaked in your political party. But I think that's part of the plan to divide us.
Absolutely.
If it's not color of our skin, if it's not political leanings, if it's not rich, poor, it's just that division it just sucks. And I'd love to get rid of that. And I can do my part by my little circle of friends and family and do the best I can anyways. All right. Well, there it concludes our podcast. We are done. Thank you.
Hey, podcast listeners. We're trying to grow the podcast and would love your help. Please comment, like, and share on Facebook and Instagram. This would really help more listeners find us. Hearing from you means a lot, so feel free to join the conversation. It always makes the podcast that much more interesting.
Tune in next episode when you'll hear Dennis say,
Right now, it would be my music crush, Chris Stapleton.